Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Spiritual Psychics TV and your fortnightly edition of Collective Consciousness. We are streaming live to you this evening via YouTube and also Facebook. It's wonderful to have you all on board with us here this evening. So a very warm welcome to each and every single one of you that are joining us here. Please do note, guys, that for you to interact with us this evening via Facebook or YouTube, you will need to subscribe to both channels for that interaction. It only takes a couple of seconds to do, and if you've not done so and you would like to interact with myself and my guest medium here this evening, then I recommend you do that now while I go through a few of the house rules and the do's and the don'ts. Please do be conscious, guys, that when you are interacting with us via the live chat, there is approximately a 10-second delay when you place your comments to us receiving and once again coming back to you. So just do be conscious and patient with that as much as we will be with you. As I always say every time I stream live here on Collective Consciousness, please do help Spiritual Psychics TV grow. And the way that you can do that is by sharing. So you know what to do if you're on Facebook. Hit that share button, please, and share that to your pages, your own personal pages, or indeed any spiritual pages or group pages that you think may be of interest. And for those guys that are joining us via YouTube, you can easily do that yourself. You'll see in the graphics bar just underneath the screen here, there's a little swirly arrow icon, and that allows you to copy and paste and share that onto all of your social media formats. Spiritual Psychics TV, guys, is a free community channel. However, you can subscribe and become one of our VIPs, our very important peoples here on the channel. And it's very easy to do. You can visit our social media pages on Facebook, or indeed visit Spiritual Psychics TV online for further details. And for just £1.50 a month, I don't even think you get a bar of chocolate for that nowadays. It gives you exclusivity to all of our shows and demonstrations that we provide and produce just for our VIPs. So that's worth checking out and taking a look, and we'd be very, very welcoming to those of you that do want to join us here. So Producer Richard, let's do a few hellos. Who do we have joining us here this evening on SPTV? Yeah, I'm not on the screen for comments. Bear with us, guys. I know you're there. Ah, there we go. I can see we've got the lovely Cheryl Bernack with us. Good evening to you, Cheryl. Thank you so much for joining us here this evening, my lovely. And my lovely sister, Sharon Hughes. Good evening to you, my lovely. I hope you're well. And Joe Clark's joining us as well. Good evening to you, Joe. Thank you so much for joining us here this evening. Hello there. Hey, Goodwin. Good evening to you. And Loretta Rose is saying hello all. Hello to you too, Loretta. And we've got Benny Ty joining us with some waving emojis. Hello there to you. Hello there, Polly, the lovely Polly, who's a co-presenter here on SPTV. I hope you're well, Polly. And Tony Lazard is also saying good evening. Good evening to you too, Tony. Thank you so much for joining, my friend. Hello, there's a lovely Stace Shaw saying hi, Bill, Richard, Anthony, and everybody in the chat. Good evening to you too, Stace. Thanks for joining. Okie dokie. Producer Richard, let's bring our lovely guest medium onto screen this evening. And guys, please do give him a very receptive welcome as I introduce the lovely Anthony Jones. Hi there, Anthony. How are you, my friend?
Hi, good evening. Yes, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks ever so much for joining me on Collective Consciousness. It's a great honour to be able to work with somebody as fantastic as yourself. I've been watching you do your live streams, and I think you're absolutely fab. So I'm sure we're going to be in for a great night tonight.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you very much for the invite.
You're very welcome. So, Anthony, for everybody that's watching at home here this evening, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been a developing medium now for the last couple of years. I run my own development group, online, things like that. Run a spiritualist church and centre. I'm just the typical sort of medium, really. So it's a gift that we have. and I've just been doing this last year a lot of lives and trying to work with spirit and work with people that to deliver messages over to people who are in need at the minute.
Fabulous. And whereabouts in the UK are you, my friend?
I'm in Cheshire in the UK.
You're in Cheshire in the UK. Lovely.
Yeah.
And where can people find you, Anthony, on social media should they wish to come and visit your page?
Well, I'm on Facebook, and it's Serenity Medium Anthony. You can find me on there. That's where I do all my lives. So just keep a lookout for that.
Wonderful. And do you offer private readings as well for those people that might be interested in having a private reader with you?
Yeah, I can do. Yeah, that's something that I can do as well.
Excellent. And that would just be then visiting your page and direct messaging you from Facebook,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
Wonderful, wonderful. So how long have you been conscious of spirit, Anthony?
Well, I've been conscious of spirit from a very young age. And then you sort of, if you forget about it, and then it comes back to you when you get, to an adult, and then you think, right, I remember this. And then you just can't ignore it. You just have to go with it. You just have to just follow that path that you're set on. And then you just develop in that way, really. I've only been a working developing medium for the last 3 years. So it did come back to me quite late in life.
Wonderful. And I can see that we've got lots of comments that are just flashing up there now where people are actually welcoming to your page, and that's welcoming you to SPTV page, should I say. I always get tongue-tied when I've got spirit coming in and start talking gobbledygook. So that's a good sign. So at least we know we've got someone with us this evening. So shall we say a few hellos to some of the people that are placing some comments up there on the screen?
I can't see the comments, unfortunately.
Okay, that's all right. Producer Richard will do his magic. Okay, all right. So whilst you're trying to sort that out, Producer Richard, I'll read a few of the comments that people have been placing up there for Anthony. So Dominique Smith is replying to Stay Sure, Anthony, who said, "Are we sure we're not brothers?" and Dominique is saying, "Stace, I was thinking the same thought. I was seeing double." And we've also got Megan Halpin, who's saying, "Hey, hello there to you, Megan. Thank you for joining, my lovely." And Brenda Caroline Morris is saying, "Hey to you, Producer Richard." He says hello back. And we've also got Kelly Becker Holmes, who's saying hello. Hello to you, Kelly. Thank you so much for joining. And the lovely Karen Reid is also with us, as well as Casey Tanner, saying, "How's everyone's day been?" Everyone's day so far from this end, Casey, has been fantastic. Thank you. The lovely Diane Reid Jones is joining us as well, Anthony, saying a hello with a kiss there. And
Hello.
Jane Gee is also saying hello, everyone, and good evening. So just for you guys that are watching that may be new to the show this evening, Collective Consciousness is a show that's purely dedicated to mediumship. And what we aim to do here on the show, as well as giving individual readings, we also conjoin our energies somewhat later on in the show, where Anthony and myself will actually attempt to work on the same spirit communicator for the same recipient watching here this evening. Carol Ula is saying, "First time here, twins." and Sheila Starr saying, good early morning, Bill, Anthony, Richard, and SPTV family from Melbourne, Australia. Thank you so much for joining from the other side of the world. It's wonderful to have you with us there, Sheila. And Emma Jane is also saying hi. That's lovely. I can see we've got so many with us there, Anthony. It's a shame you can't see the comments at the moment, but I think what we'll do, if you're okay, I'll start things off this evening with the first message, and then I will hand over to you, and you can do your own message, and then we'll go with the flow from there. How's that sound?
Brilliant. Perfect.
Okie dokie, my friend. We'll see you back on screen shortly then.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Righty ho, guys. Okie dokie. So I need to be talking about my first communicator here this evening, guys. And this gentleman's been making himself known to me all day long. He's been dipping in and out and just been giving me a bit of information here and there. But I've said to him, you've got to be patient, my friend, because I've got to live my earthly life as well as my spiritual life. So please come back a little bit later. And he has done, and he's here, and he's ready to start to make his communication. I need to be first of all, emphasising the fact that I'm working on a granddad vibration. So I know this gentleman would have indeed been a dad and a granddad when he would have been here on the physical plane. But I know that as this gentleman starts to conjoin these energies with me, something's not quite right with my blood. He makes me understand, okay? He's telling me that there's something not quite right with his blood. This would have been an illness that would have actually have taken him over into the spirit world. This would have made him take his journey back home. You would understand, okay. When spirit work with me, they do like to impression themselves upon me. They like to give me these conditions. They do like to change things dynamically about me. So I'm just going to go with what it is that this chap's doing with me here at this moment in time. I know also that there must be some type of link to diabetes, whether this be with this gentleman or indeed with the recipient here who's watching this evening, okay, because I know that I can smell that familiar scent of the insulin that he's just placing under my nose as he's starting to work away here with me at this moment in time. But he also does make me have a sense of wanting to tremble somewhat. Okay, so I know that there would have been these trembles that would have been evident within his physicality when he was here on the earth plane, that one of you lovely people, I hope, will be able to relate to. I know with him that as he starts to impression himself upon me, I just want to be slimmed down with him, okay? I know that I don't want to be stood as tall as myself. He's making me feel that there's quite a significant difference within height here, okay? And I want to say that I want him to stand around about 6 or 7 inches shorter than me, and I stand at 6 foot here, guys, okay? I know that he's greying and he's got a side parting, okay, because he's showing that to me as he's working away here. And he also talks to me about being very creative with his hands. Now, whether or not I want to be creative with his hands or indeed your hands as the recipient, you would understand why he's giving me this information. I can see that the lovely Diane Reed-Jones is saying, sounds like your granddad. Perfect. And also Julie Ann is saying, you can take all of this up to now, Bill, as well. Thank you very much, Julie, for coming forward and claiming as well. What I'll do, as there are 2 of you that can relate to this information, I'll just see if I can get a little bit more so I know whom it is that I feel drawn to working with and continue in the vein of the message there with you. What he does do with me is he's actually talking away in my ear and he's just saying to me, talk about the vast amount of significant change. Talk about the vast amount of significant change. So I need to be placing this around you guys, okay? I know that this has to be seated with the recipient and you would understand why it is that he just wants me to relay that information to you. I know that I've got a real loving connection. I know that there would have been a real loving connection between he and you, okay? There would have been a fantastic bond, okay? But he does talk to me also about the relevance of number 3. Now, whether or not he's trying to make me understand that he wants to take me into the 3rd month of the year being March, or indeed whether or not the family unit consisted of 3, or there are 3 of you that he wants me to be making reference to. I know that number 3 is very significant information, again, that he wants me to be placing there with you, okay? Is there anybody else that's coming forward with any information, please, Producer Richard? Okay, we've also got Julia Hay, yeah? Who's saying could be her death. Okay, and Helen, right, so we've got a few people. So I need you guys just to revisit this information, this initial information, and be able to relate to everything that he's saying. And Julianne is saying, yes, still can take it all. Okay, all right, Julianne, fine. Okay, I'm going to ask him for something a little bit more. Sally Ann saying 3 sisters as well. Wonderful, my lovely. So I know that that significance of 3 was relevant, and that was the reason why he was bringing that forward there as well. Okay, as I'm asking him just to make reference with regards to the months of the year, give me some type of indication of what months would be relevant. Okay, Julie, you're saying number 3 is very special in many ways. Perfect. Okay, but can you also relate to, Julianne? I'm feeling very strongly pulled to you, my darling, I must say that. But can you also please take the reference of why he wants to be taking me into the month of September as well, as a month of significance that would either be placed with he or with you? Okay, I know that there needs to be the month of September that bears some type of relevance here between the two of you, that you would understand. Dominique saying yes, he had 3 children as well. Thank you, my darling. So there's lots of you that can take bits of this information, or indeed all of it. So I need to work a little bit harder and get him just to come that little bit closer and give me just a little bit more info. Okay, all right, okay. For some reason as well, okay, he's just placing an initial C in the forefront of my mind. He's placing the initial C. I feel that this C is a C beginning name, a C sounding name that would be connected to the recipient here. Julianne, I wonder if you can relate to that, because as I say, I was feeling more of a draw to you here, my lovely. Okay, but he talks to me about C and C being relevant. I'm just seeing if I can get a little bit more out of that with him there. Okay, but you would understand with this gentleman, I'm just asking him to give me a little bit of a story about himself, so I can just give you a little bit more evidence here. Okay, I know that I just want to say to you that I feel very frail. Okay, I know that he would have been very frail towards the end before his passing there. Okay, but you would understand about that fragility of his frame, especially, and how he would have had to have been handled. You're saying yes, he passed in September. Then I'm going to continue to work with Julianne, producer Richard, because this link feels correct for me. But I would say to anybody else that's watching here this evening that can relate or take the information, he's changing the dynamics of my voice. I don't know if you can hear that. Anybody else that can relate to this information, please take from it what you can. Yes, his great-granddaughter, but you would understand the relevance of this C being quite significant around this time of the year as well, please, Julianne. Okay, because it just makes me understand about May being again something of quite significant here. You're saying yes, he was. Can you understand about how I would have had to have been handled, how I would have had to have been managed? Okay, because I feel as though I have to be handled in a very soft manner. Okay, I don't want to be pulled around. I can't tolerate. I feel the way that he's working with me, that, you know, any placement of hands upon me, they would have had to have been very gentle. Okay, prior to my passing, because I really would have felt touch. That's what he's just given me, and he's making me understand here. I feel as though it would have made me bruise very easy, you would understand, my darling, and that's what he's just given me as information to relay there to you. You would understand again why he's saying to me about going back and revisiting the vast amount of significant change. So I know that I need to be saying and placing that with you again, Julie, that you would understand. So I know that there's been something very significant that's happened with you, and I feel that that's why I want to be pulled in to May and sitting within that present right now, please, my darling, that you would understand and you would actually relate to as well. For some reason, he keeps wanting me to eat lots of different flavoured trifles here, okay? And I know that as I'm eating the trifles, what he's doing is he's actually giving me different flavours of the jellies. So I know that he would have been very partial to jellies as well as trifles, this gentleman. But I know that this would have been a love of his. Very soft, very smooth, very cold, very sweet for me to eat. Again, I feel that that's relevant information that I need to be placing there with you, my darling. Okay, I know as well, yes, you understand he had bruises as they moved him. Okay, my darling, I knew that that was relevant because he was just making me feel quite tender, and he was making me feel quite sore as he was impressioning that upon me. Okay, all right, my lovely. Let me get a little bit more for you. Okay. I just want to say with this gentleman as well that, you know what, I feel very fragile with regards to the way that he's actually communicating with me. So I know that this gentleman, when he would have been here in the physical sense, okay, there wouldn't have been this strong essence of this masculinity about him. And forgive me for saying it in that manner, but that's how he's presenting it with me. I just feel as though there would have been this very fragile and soft temperament that would have been with this gentleman, okay, because he just comes close and he just talks very softly to me, God love him, as he's giving me this information, and he's sharing that with me as well. Yes, you're saying lots of changes are going on around you at this moment in time. Wonderful. Thank you for giving me that information and just confirming that for me there. Okay. What I'm going to do, yes, he liked it, and so did your mum. Perfect. I think you're referring to the trifle there, which is absolutely wonderful. I do just want to put a splash in of just running pouring cream with it as well, because he's just said to me, don't forget to mention the pouring cream as well. So as well as there being that thick cream on the top of the trifle, I know that there would have been the use of the pouring cream that would have been used with that as well. Okay. All right, my friend. Okay. Can you please also understand as well, my lovely, because he just comes very close, and he just, as spirit often do when they want me to acknowledge that I'm working with a light worker or a very spiritually minded individual, you would understand about there being this transition and change with you with regards to an awakening with spirit. Yes, he was very calm and a placid man. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. I just need to be talking to you about your openness with regards to your spiritual journey here, my darling. Okay. Because he just gives this to me. Okay. And I know that there's new beginnings. There's new doors that are opening here for you that he just wants acknowledging. Okay. Because he shows me 3 doors here. Okay. He shows them in front of my mind. Okay. And what he's doing with me is he's saying, which one do I choose? So I know that at the minute you're in that state where you're not quite sure where it is or what direction you want to follow. There've been 3 different areas of spiritualism, I need to be saying to you, that are of great significant interest, and you're not sure which door you want to open first here, you would understand. And again, please do let me know if that relates and I've understood the information correctly that he's just given to me there for you, my darling. Okay, I know as well that he just wants me to be bringing a bourbon cream biscuit forward as well, because I want to be dipping that in a cup of tea. So I know that he would have liked a bourbon biscuit, or indeed I'm placing the bourbon biscuit with you that you would understand. Okay, he just gives me that chocolate taste of the biscuit, God love him, as he works away with me there. Okay, just before, okay, yes, you work for spirit, but there have been new energy shift lately and new starts. Perfect. Okay. But again, he just works on that vein of that significance of 3, because he showed me the 3 doors. Okay. I don't want to go left. I don't want to go right. It's almost as though I just want to go for that center door. What he's showing me, it's almost as though I just want to be focused on that center door, whatever it is that's in front of me. I feel that this is his message for you. Just follow whatever it is that's directly in front of you, whatever it is that keeps presenting itself, and you would understand what he means by giving me that information there, my darling. Just before I send him back off up to the angels, I just want to get you your parting gift from him. Okay, let me see what it is that he wants me to place there with you, my lovely. Okay, all right, okay. Okay. All right. I feel as though what I just want to be doing with you, my lovely, is I just want to wrap a pendulum around your hand, okay? Because he's wrapping a pendulum around my hand, okay? And he's swinging it backwards and forwards for yes, and he's spinning it around in circles for no. And I'm asking him, why is it that you're giving this to me, okay? And I feel as though this is something that you've been dabbling in, that he wants me to be understanding. You've been consulting the pendulum, okay? Would you understand about holding it above cards, okay, and actually understanding what it's doing, where it's actually directing you to certain cards that you've got laid out underneath it? Yes, that's totally right. I'm unsure which path to focus on. Thank you. And yes, my son loves a bourbon biscuit, and my dad got him into them. Yes, we were 3 as a family, lived at number 3, and my birthday's number 3. Absolutely perfect. Just let me know if you can relate to this gift that he's brought forward for you, my lovely, okay, with regards to this pendulum, and not knowing what direction, or asking for the direction of where it's taken me. But it's almost as though I want cards laid out underneath it, you would understand. And he's given that to me, and he's not letting go of that for this moment in time. So I know, again, that this must be something that I just want to be giving you great emphasis upon, or reaffirmation upon that you'll understand as well there, my darling. And I want to give you the pendulum on the base of the crystal on the base of the pendulum. I want to be giving that to you in a blue colour, in a blue coloured crystal. You would understand. Thank you very, very much, Bill. Really appreciate it greatly. I use pendulum to do crystal healing daily. Wonderful. I would just love to know if it's blue as well. Just before I let you go, and I hand back over to the lovely Anthony. And you also do tarot too. That's why he was waving it over the cards there. So that makes perfect sense. It's been wonderful to work with you, Julie, and not only you, but also he. So I'm going to leave both of your loves with each other, and I'm going to send him back off up to the angels and say, God bless you. Thank you so much. And I'm going to hand over to the lovely Anthony for his reading. Over to you, Anthony.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody who's joining us this evening. I have a gentleman that's stepping forward here with me now, and he's been with me for some time. Immediately as I connect with this gentleman, I know I want to jump out of the UK. So I'm in the UK, and he shows me on this map, and he shows me that he jumped out of it. So I know that I don't have a connection here to the UK, or I have a connection to somewhere else that's really close in some way, because it doesn't seem as though that the UK is where he wants to be or where he's from or something like that. But I need to emphasize on that because it's really important. He takes me, the gentleman that I've got, he's around about, say, 5'8", 5'10", and he is really, really thin, and he's not very, there seems to be, he's really, the slimness to him. He gives me the number 10, although I do feel that's October, but number 10 is important. I know that there's some sort of tragedy or some sort of feeling here with this gentleman of I'm responsible in some way for my own life, for taking my own life in some way. There's that connection there that I need to acknowledge. And he also is giving me where there is, I don't know whether it was with him himself with a cancer condition, or I need to be mentioning a cancer condition around this gentleman or around the person who I need to be connecting with this evening. He shows me a sea. It's as though I'm walking out into the sea. It's as if I'm walking out on this beach. The sand is really light coloured, so I know it's not a UK beach. He shows me the lightness to this sand, and he shows me as if he's just walking out, and that's the last thing he sort of shows me, that I feel like this is his last memory. So I know that he would have had problems with his health, because he takes me to where he would have gone to this nothingness, really, to this just this frail person. He doesn't seem to be particularly old. I want to be talking in my 40s, around about that age. I could be wrong, slightly just out, but there's no age on this man, really. He takes me to the darkness of his hair, but also the darkness of the hair, to me, it means that they're young as well. So I need to mention that there. I have the initial L that's linked and related to him, although I do feel what the name that he's showing me is Laura. The initial L should be significant as well. Let's have a look at these comments. My partner's father was Spanish and got very thin. He was cancer passed on the 10th. He lived in... right. Okay, then. I can't see the person's name, but I can see the comments. So, Polly, if I can work with you, please, because you seem that you can take all this information. I want to be talking... What the reason that he's come forward this evening is to say that there's a sadness around you. I know that there's a real sadness around you at the minute, and it's as though we seem to, you'd understand your feelings at the minute, as though, although he's showing me the sinking with him, with the water, with the sea, as he goes out, and he shows me that the sinking is quite graphic, but it's the way that I need to explain it to you. You feel as though you're drowning at the minute. You feel as though, with the emotions and the sadness around you at the minute, you're feeling as though there's no way of coming back up. He's sort of showing me in a way that there's this pressure and this sadness and these circumstances and situations around you where this is how you're feeling. He's just showing me that image of you, that's how you're feeling. I need to give you the name Sophie or Sophia. I need to say that to you. And I also want to be bringing why he takes me to, I don't know if it's his children or if he was one of 13, but I want to be talking around, there was a large family here. I want to be talking that there's a real, a real large family connected with him. Okay, and there's a sadness around my partner, not me. Right. As long as you can understand that it's connected with you in some way, and as long as the information relates, what I've given relates to your family or your partner in that case, that's fine. He is bringing a black spaniel dog in here as well. So I don't know if you can take that, you understand that. But my symbol sometimes is when I get a dog is that a dog is a companion, and it doesn't ask for anything in return, and it's there, and it's sort of the shoulder to lean on sort of thing. It's that companion. So I do feel with what you're saying there, then with your partner, he's needing somebody to confide in, somebody to speak to. Yes, he had a very large family. Brilliant. Okay, so that's a signal symbol is showing me that's needed. He's needing to offload a bit here, and he's needing to have somebody to confide in. This gentleman's just changed his way of working with me there. I know that there's a cremation with this gentleman, and I know that the number 11 makes some sense with either the 11th of the 11th month or the number 11 in some way. I need to mention the name Denise as well to you, that he's given me, and he's also given me. Can you understand where there's a recent diagnosis that's just been announced? Somebody's I don't know what it is, I don't know what illness or anything it is like that, but he's making me aware that this is just been somebody's been diagnosed with something. He's giving me a thumbs up there, so that's always a positive sign for me. That's a positive. It's to show that everything's not as bad as we first thought. But he's given the thumbs up there, and it's just he had a black dog. Brilliant. So he's given the thumbs up. So that's positive going forward with this, whatever this is, because I know that somebody's been quite concerned, and he's bringing in, there's a collective, there's a few people that are concerned here with this diagnosis. But he's wanting to, that's his message really. The way that the reason he's come forward this evening is to say about everything being okay and everything, and giving the thumbs up, the positivity there with it. I also want to be talking about there's a male that's in spirit as well that would have had been involved in an accident to do with a motorbike, or either he was on the motorbike himself or he was to do with the motorbike, but he's just stepping in on the same link here. So I know that there's a connection there with this gentleman, and he's just wanting to be remembered, because I know that this gentleman was a young passing with him as well. And he's just coming in here to say hello. He gives you a red rose here, so that I know that that's somebody close. I know that that's that love connection there. So he gives you a red rose, and I just am going to leave his love with you as well. But this gentleman, just the gentleman that came first, he's just wanting to talk about November. He's talking about November, and November, it seems to be where there is comfort and love needed. So he's talking about an anniversary of somebody's passing there, and he's saying about he's around you and your family in November. Just as he steps back, he's giving me a calendar here, and he's ticking off these dates. And I know that there's a countdown here with you, where we're counting down to something, and it's as though what he's showing me, this is positive. I do feel that this is some sort of new destination. So I don't know if this is holiday or if we're moving or anything like that. He's just showing me this new start, this new beginning, this new newness, this new chapter. So he's just wanting to give. All right, there's a lot of flourishment with this. He's putting a lot of flowers and stuff around this here. So this is good. This is a good positive thing for you. What is that? I'll leave his love with you because he's pulling back here now. But I'm gonna leave his love with you, and that's my friend who passed. Ah, right, okay. So he's just confirming that then that he's there and he's come to say hello to you as well this evening. So I'm going to leave both their love with you, and thank you very much for working with me. And they're both sending their love, and thank you very much.
Oh, what a lovely message. Thank you so much, Anthony. That was lovely to
You're
watch.
welcome.
Isn't he wonderful, everybody? Hey, I told you he was. So just remember, guys, if you're liking what you're seeing here tonight, hit that share button. Do share Spiritual Psychics TV out there. Do help us grow. What have we got coming up on Spiritual Psychics TV tomorrow, Producer Richard? So we got lovely Sam O'Neill tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and she's doing her rune readings. So that's Sam O'Neill tomorrow on SPTV, guys, at 1 o'clock. Tomorrow evening, we've got Ashley Robinson with his show Being Spiritual, and that's on tomorrow evening, again on Spiritual Psychics TV at 8 p.m. And then we've got a new show that's being brought to you, and that's coming to you in the month of June, which is Community Showcase. So if we've got any budding mediums out there, light workers, spiritual workers, any of you that fancy coming over onto the SPTV page to showcase your spiritual gifts and talents, please do get in touch with us here at Spiritual Psychics TV .online/showcase. And okay, so Producer Richard's just saying as well that I should place an emphasis that you don't just have to be mediums or readers. You could have inspirational writing that you want to share, poetry, discussions, whatever it is that you feel that you'd like to bring to the channel. Then again, do get in touch, and it'll be lovely to have you on board. So, Anthony, we are going to attempt to do a conjoined link, aren't we?
Brilliant.
Which would be absolutely fantastic. Now, Holly's just given you a little bit of feedback there. I can't see all the comments, so I'll let you read that one out, my friend.
I can see that sounds good. Thank you. Polly Harnett, is that
absolutely?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Thank you. That's lovely, Polly. She actually works on SPTV as well, so it's nice to actually see that somebody that works for the channel actually gets a message, because she works incredibly hard to deliver messages. So I hope that you've taken great love and comfort. Yeah, so there you go, Polly. I hope you've taken great love and comfort. So do you want to open up on the next link there? Anthony,
yes, sure.
Are you ready to go?
Sure. Yeah, I am. I have a lovely lady that's stepping forward here now, and as she approaches me in the nicest possible way, she says to me about her being rounded. So she's showing me that she was a bit rounded here. She takes me to She takes me to her hair. So she shows me this sort of curliness, this sort of perm to her hair, and it's a light color. I see all different colors within her hair, and she's showing me that she wouldn't have gone grey because she would have done everything that she possibly could to keep some sort of colour. So I see all different kinds of highlights and all that sort of different colours with that. This lady has got a lovely personality and character with her, and she talks to me about how she didn't suffer in life. She reached I want to say she would have gone past her 60s. She's taken me to the late part of 60s here. The top end of her 60s in age, and she is showing me that she didn't really suffer in any way. She shows me that with her passing, I know that something was. I do feel that this is a cancer condition, because what she's showing me here, I do feel that she is. It was too late when they found when this had been found, when this has been diagnosed. She takes me to. Her life was cut short, and she was happy, and she this sort of illness came upon her very quickly, and there wasn't that much time after her diagnosis that she passed. She says to me that she lived her life to the full and she was happy, and she was always a happy, lucky person, and she always saw the best in every situation, and she would always pick people up when they were feeling down, and it was though she was always a positive person. Now, I do feel that this lady would have had children, but she shows, as she showed me, I'm looking to see where these children are. I know that there's either one or two children here, and I know that they're not that connected to her, as in the closeness there, because she makes me feel as though there's a distance to her with her children. There doesn't seem to be that connection there, whether or not it's physical distance, or there's a distance you know, with in another way. Okay, and I'm late 60s. She passed and died within 3 weeks. Right. Okay. She did take me to the chest area, so I don't know if that is if you understand it in that way. She takes me to the top half here, and that's I know that there's something going on there. I know that there's cremation with her, because that's my symbol for cremation that's just come in here, and what is that? And the name Dan or Daniel or Danielle, but I do feel it's either Dan or Daniel, male name here that she's showing me. How much more do you want me to go on with this before you jump in?
No, I'm ready to jump in, because I'm rocking. Okay, brilliant. I'm rocking. So she's making me rock as she's starting to conjoin her energies with me. So I know that there would have been this little bit of rocking, but I feel with this rocking, it was because it was a coping mechanism with regards to pain tolerance. That the recipient would understand. Casey saying, sounds very much like my nan. My dad was very close. She didn't have much to do with her daughter. Perfect. Because what I also want to do is, now listen, everybody, I am no psychic artist here, right? I'm just putting it out there before I bring up on screen what she's been making me draw prior to having my turn and communicating with her. But I know that we're right with the communication link with a female recipient here, Anthony, okay? But this lady, comfort close. The first thing she gave me, and I told you I'm no artist, right? She gave me a bee, right? But she also gave me a crown. So I know that this lady would have been a queen bee within the family. That's what she was just putting into my mindset. But I need to be saying to the recipient, princess, adjust your crown. Okay, so I know that there's something going on with this recipient at the moment. Okay, Casey saying her sister's name is Danielle, so it feels as though this link is correct here with the lovely Casey. I know Dominique is also popping up that there's information that she can also relate to there. But I just wonder whether or not either one of you can just relate to the fact about her being the queen bee of the family. She was like the queen, this lady, okay? She did get cremated as well, Casey saying. Casey, I wonder if you can also relate to, my darling, about me just referring and calling you a princess. So I know this must be an endearing term that somebody relates this to you, okay? But I just want to say to you, readjust your crown, all right? It's almost as though what I feel I need to be saying to you as she's chatting away here in my ear is like, dust yourself down, readjust your crown, and crack on with what needs to be getting on with here, my sweetheart. Dominique is saying, yes, she was a queen bee. I've been told recently to adjust my crown. Yes, she rocked herself for pain relief. Okay, all right. So we've got two lovely ladies that are relating to this information. So I believe it was Casey and Dominique. I don't know if you've got any other info, Anthony, that you want to bring in onto it, so we can see if we can establish who we're with here.
Yeah, and I do feel with what she's showing me that when I'm being taken to a male, I know that there's a male around grandson sort of connection here that she's taken me to, where there seems to be as though there was a closeness, but it seemed to be cut short. So there seemed to be as though something got in the way between the relationship with her and her grandson, because she's showing me where something comes in there and it's stopped, because it's not stopped from her end. It's as though something comes in there and that's stopped. whether it could be, you know, a move, physical distance, anything like that. She's just showing me that there was that connection there. I do feel that the connection there with her grandson would be more with her, more of a connection and more of a bond there with him rather than her own son. That's the way that she's showing me, and that's the way that I'm feeling with her. I know that her partner, her husband, would have passed first. I know that she would have been quite lonely and spent quite a lot of time on her own. And she shows me that she would have walking about. So I know that she shows me that she would have loved to be outdoors. She would love to be walking about. And although she looks down at her legs and her feet, there is swelling here. But she says to me, I just kept on going. It wasn't as though that she was in pain or anything like that. Well, we know with elderly people that, you know, it's quite common to have, you know, bad legs and stuff. But she shows me that she just kept on walking. She loved to be outdoors, and walking was important to her. And I don't know if she would have lived directly opposite a school. But the street that she's on, I'm looking just to the left, and she shows me a primary school. So I don't know if that's important in some way to where she lived or where she walked close by. My older brother stopped bothering her family. Right. Okay. Yeah. So that makes sense. So brilliant. That's good. The message really that she's come forward with, that she's giving to me here, is the person who I need to be working with. Like, sorry, I can't see the name. I can only see the comments. She's Casey, the lady's name. She's showing me that we're sort of going round a roundabout at the minute. This is making me laugh in a way. She's shown me, because I went round the roundabout a couple of times because my partner couldn't decide where we were going. So I just carried on going around the roundabout until he decided. So she's showing me that you're in this car, and she's showing me you're going round and round and round in circles at the minute. And it's as though what she wanted for you to do is to make a decision. It's make a decision of what we're wanting to do, because we're looking for that approval. We're looking for that guidance, and we're wanting people to decide for us. But she's saying to me about it being your life and your decision, and you needing to make the best decisions for you, for your future. So she's placing you in this car, seeing that I did really. But she's showing that it's you. It's down to you to make the decision for yourself, and she doesn't want you to be looking for guidance or, you know, for anyone else to be telling you what to do, because you're your own person, and she wants you to live your life the way that you choose. There is a celebration coming up here that she's showing me. So I know that there's somebody's birthday just coming up. She's just jumping once here. So I know that we're going to what we are now May. So I know there's a celebration in June time, and she's giving a really big bouquet of lovely pink and yellow flowers here for you. So either it's you or close to you. So I'm going to leave this lady's love with you, and thank you very much for working with me. And I'll hand you back over to Bill.
Lovely. So I think that part of that message really related with Casey for you there, Anthony, because she could take literally everything that you were saying. So what I'm going to do,
brilliant.
Because we've had two lovely ladies that have come forward on the message, I'm going just to finish my message off here with the lovely Dominique. So that way we've not left either one of them out, because the information we've brought forward is very relatable for the two of them. Casey's just saying to you, yes, I can take that. I always rely on everyone to make decisions for me. Never do what I want to do. So that's fine. She understands that perfectly. Okay. Brilliant. Let me just go on to our lovely Dominique, okay, because I just want to come back to her. She's also just giving feedback there, Anthony, saying, yes, the celebration is my niece's birthday, which would have been her grandchild. And it's funny when you were saying about primary school, because as you were saying that, I was actually getting the ringing of the bells, okay, like a hand rung bell here. So I know that must be some type of relevance that will sit with Dominique and indeed Casey, I believe, as well, with regards to the hand ringing of the bell there, okay. But I know that this lady would have actually been quite actively involved with other people. I don't want to be a loner with this lady. I feel that she was very outgoing and she was very receptive as well, okay, because she just gives me a great understanding as she starts talking away to me here that, you know what, everybody could have expressed and shared problems with her. And I feel she was a great source as well of secrecy, because she talks to me about secrecy as well, Dominic. So I know there must be some type of significance with this information that I want to be placing with you just right now, because I feel seated correct as she talks to me about that. So I know there's some type of secrecy that's going on, okay, that I feel and I understand with the way she's communicating with me, that I need exposure to. Okay, it's almost as though there's been something that's been kept from me that I need to get to the bottom of here. You would understand, okay? Dominique saying, yes, you can hear the bell. She was always helping others as well. Perfect. Talk to me why she's just making reference with regards to this secrecy as well, my darling, okay? Because I don't want to say I feel as though I've been deceived. But what I do want to say, the way that she's working with me and she's placing it upon me, I just feel as though I've been kept out of something that shouldn't really, it shouldn't really bother me. It shouldn't really bother you, I should be saying, okay? But it has. It has, okay? And that's what she's just giving me here as she's starting to work away. I know that I want to give you some refreshers, okay? Because she's working with my taste and she's giving me refreshers to pass over to you. Yes, she was a mother hen and everyone confided in her. Yes, there is a secret that needs to be exposed. Perfect. I knew that was the reason why she was giving that to me as well. Okay, she gives me the refreshers to give to you, so I know that this is significant between you and she. Okay, I feel as though this is a memory association that I just want to be going back in time somewhat, a little bit here as well with you, okay? And for some reason, she's just talking to me about R. Kelly, the musician. So I know that I want to be bringing the music of R. Kelly forward. I don't feel that this would have been this lady's cup of tea, because I did it my way as I'm talking about music. So I know that I would have liked all of that genre of Sinatra with her, but for some reason I want to be placing R. Kelly around you, whether or not you understand that within the musical terminology, or you understand that I need to be bringing through an initial R, or indeed a Kelly that you can again relate to, please. She is talking about what's going on in my life at the moment. Yes, we had the refreshers as children. Absolutely perfect. Just talk to me with regards to why she's given me this information on that music vibration that she's working away here with me, my darling, because, you know, I just feel, I have to say, I give whatever it is that Spirit give me. And as I say, they do like to impression me somewhat, but I just do feel somewhat really stressed here. Okay, my darling. And it's almost as though what she's saying to me is you just need to take a breather. You need to take a little bit of a step back here. Got them for 5p as a child. Yes, R. Kelly, because I'm obsessed with R&B. I Did It My Way was a song that was played at Granddad's funeral. Thank you so much. Okay, I knew she was giving me that for whatever reason that might be. The other thing that she just wants me to talk about as well, I don't know why Spirit do this with me, and again, they give us information. It's not for us to hold on to, it's for us to pass over. But I know I need to talk about a frog, all right? And this frog is being presented to me in a cartoon form, okay, you know, like a cartoon image. Okay, she just brings that forward within my mind, so I know there must be some type of relevance to a link of a frog or something that you can relate to with you and she, or indeed you, that she wants me to understand by placing this cartoon image of a frog there with me, my darling. So just before I send her off, I'm just going to ask her if there's anything else that I can bring forward for you as a parting gift before we send her back off up there to the angels. But you would understand about that breathlessness with her as well. God bless her. Okay. My granddad chose Frank Sinatra song for his funeral. It really stressed my daughter, been diagnosed with 3 medical conditions, so you're feeling emotionally exhausted. That's why I'm feeling stressed out. So what we'll do is we'll ask those healing angels just to come and step forward and just to place that healing energy and that extra support that it is that's needed around you at this present moment in time. Her parting gift is one that's very, very different to what I've ever been given before. And I'm asking her why she's giving that to me, because she gives me a reel of sellotape. Okay, and I'm saying to her, why, of all the gifts in the world, why are you giving me sellotape, my darling? And I just know that I'm associating sellotape with wrapping up. So I know that I've got to acknowledge celebration. I know that I've got to acknowledge birthday. Okay, I know as I'm acknowledging that she wants to take me forward one more month, so she's taken me into the month of June that I need to be understanding here. Yes, your daughter's favorite movie is The Princess and the Frog. Perfect. That's the reason why she gave it to me. And once again, here we go, people, with some of my artistic work that looks nothing like a frog, but that's the image that she's placed in my mind, and I can relate to that straight away, to that cartoon, The Princess and the Frog, and I hope you can too. Well, let's get producer Richard. It's given a few people a chuckle tonight, my friend. That's all I can say. But as I say, my darling, I'm going to leave her love with you, Dominique. Just do let me know why I've been given this sellotape for you. I need to be wrapping up, and I feel as though I need to be associating this, moving 1 month forward, going into June as well, my darling. And you can relate to the reason why she was just making me feel breathless there, which is absolutely perfect. And haha, I always lose the sellotape. Yes, I finished my first year of master's degree in June. Perfect. I knew there was a celebration and a gift connection to that. So I'm going to leave her love with you, and I'm going to say God bless you. Thank you so much for working both with myself and Anthony as well. Anthony, do you want to do another one?
Yes, certainly. Yeah, I've got a lovely lady here with me, and the first thing that she shows me is she stood outside of this cottage, and it's a lovely little cottage that looks out onto the sea. And now it seems to be a thing with me tonight with the ocean, with the sea. But she's showing me where I'm immediately taken to Ireland. I'm immediately taken. I might not be there, but I need to mention that what she's showing me, because this image that she showed me is an image that I've seen in Ireland. So. This lady, she feels as though the relationship with her is, I'm somebody's mum, but I'm somebody's aunt. Now, I feel as though with this lady, what she's showing me in this way is this baby in arms that she's showing me. And it's as though, I don't know if I'm connected with the person here that she's trying to say it to, or I'm a bit confused with this, but I'll just go with it and I'll just tell you exactly how I feel and what she shows me. But it's as though she would have had a child and she would have been that child's aunt rather than the mum. But she shows me about having this child outside this cottage, and she's showing me she's handing it over. So I know that there is this sort of confusion with the family connection where I was somebody's mum, but I was really their aunt, that sort of thing. She takes me to the darkness of her hair, and it does come down here. She is showing me, she's showing me like the shoulder length, but she's showing me where as she was older. These are her memories that she's showing me as her last memories, as before she passed. Because I know with this lady, I don't feel I had any more children. I feel as though this is my child, and I'd never had any more children after this. I feel as though I kept this to myself. I kept it locked in, this sort of thing, that was it for me. There was no other. There's no others that I was close to. I don't feel that love. I don't feel that connection with anybody else. She is showing me that there's something to do with farming, or there's something to do with the country, of working on the land or something, because I'm building walls here. I'm putting the stones back up on the wall. And as I'm looking out here, I can see the waves, but I can also hear the waves as well. So I know that I've, what was that name? There's a C, the initial C that I need to mention there as well, that she's showing me. And with what this lady's showing me, it's as though this is going back a number of years. So we've got Catherine, that can my aunt. She was a mum and have baby in spirit. Right, okay. So you can understand this. Right, brilliant. Okay, so if I can work with you then, please, Catherine. She had a dark hair and she didn't have any more children, her farm and family. Brilliant, fantastic, that's great. So the reason that she's come forward here, and I'm asking her to give me the reason why she's come, the message here, why she's come forward this evening. Can you understand with yourself where there is this sort of bloatedness within your stomach? It's as though I feel that my stomach is swelling here. This is not due to food or drink or anything like that. It just feels as though my stomach has ballooned in some way. And she's showing me that this seems to be affecting you. And it seems to be where, can you understand the tiredness around you? It's as though she's showing me this tiredness, this fatigue, and it's as though I want to be talking about water retention or something along those lines. And she's also showing me that there's tests going on here as well, because when I get shown a needle, just taking some blood, so she's just showing me some tests that are going on here. And she's sending healing around you, so she's projecting the healing here for you, and she's showing me that she's sending this and she's watching over you and knows what's going on with you at the minute. Is there something to do with a little boy connected with you in some way, whether or not it's your own child or somebody's child who you're close to, who has some sort of learning difficulty or something to do with the spectrum or something to do with this? Because she's showing me that a little boy is very intuitive around you and is always, this is my symbol when I see this, is when I see a child pointing as if they're pointing above. This is to yes, I have chronic fatigue. Ah, right. Okay. This little boy that she's showing me is very in tune with the spirit world, because when I see this pointing, if I'm seeing a child pointing like this means to me that they are connected with spirit in some way. So she's coming forward to say about this little boy, although he may have some disabilities or learning disabilities or something like that, he's very intuitive and he's very in tune with the spirit world here. She also shows me him putting his hand on your hand here, so I know that tells me that he's a healer as well. So he does have many gifts here. So she's just mentioning that, and she has a smile on her face here, so she's watching all this going on, and this makes her happy. So she's watching this little boy grow and develop and become this healer, this medium, this very intuitive child. I need to give you the number 5 as well, my son. Yes, he has learning difficulties. Ah, right, great. Well, not great in that way, but great that the evidence matches with you. Number 5 is important to you, whether that be that 5 children, the 5th month, something like that, door number. So I need to give you number 5. Right, okay. I have a lady that's just jumping on this link as well. So I know that this lady is a family connection. I do feel this lady that's jumping in now is mum. She feels that love, that pull, that tug there that I feel between you and her. If it's not mum, it's somebody who's got that mother vibration connected with you. And she's wanting to, she says to me that she's okay. There seems to be a lot of worry. People are still worrying about her passing. And there seems to be, there's people in distress. I do feel that this is recent. I really feel that this is recent. Yes, he is very connected. Right, great. And this lady is the passing with this lady is recent because this is new to her. This is the newness with her in the spirit world, and she's coming forward to let you know that she's fine. She's looking at her body. She's looking down at her body here, and she's like in shock, really, that everything is okay, because I do feel with her that there would have been suffering. There would have been suffering here, and there would have been some sort of illness where this lady would have suffered here on the physical earth. But she's just wanting you to know that she's okay and she's healed, and it's as though she's showing me that she feels free and she feels a lot lighter. Yes, my baby passed. All right, I'm not sure what that means with that. Okay, so this lady is just letting me know that she's around you, and just letting you know that she's around you as well. So I'm going to leave the love of these 2 ladies with you, and they just come forward, really, more than anything. It's just to let you know that they're around you and they know what's going on. And they're just sending that love, really. They're just wanting you to know that they're both okay. They're both in the spirit world and they're all fine. They're healed, and just to let you know that they're okay and they're at peace. So I'm going to leave their love with you, and thank you very much for working with me. I'll hand you back over.
Lovely, lovely message there, Anthony. I wonder if I can just come in on that link for Catherine, because I want to stay with Auntie on that Auntie vibration, because as you were talking away and you were saying that you were down by the sea, what she was giving me a great understanding of, and she played out a scenario in my mind where I was actually chasing goats with a broom. All right, it's almost as though I was chasing goats away with a broom, and it's almost as though they were foraging on my land. Okay, they were foraging and they were eating off of my land, and I feel it was very important that this lady, she had a great understanding and a great love for the land and what it was that she could actually grow within it. But I also want to go down to that water's edge with her, and I actually want to collect the seaweed. And what I want to do is I actually want to use the seaweed as a fertilizer for the growing upon the land that this lady actually churned over. So I know that she's giving me this information that I hope again is relatable to Catherine there as well. And it's funny, as you were talking about bloating of the stomach, it's all right, everybody, there's no picture coming up, all right? But I got IBS, okay? So she gave me like IBS as a condition that she was working with me when you were talking about this bloatedness and this uncomfortable sensation that was going on within my tummy area there, okay? So I hope that, Catherine, you can relate to the additional information that she's just placed there. But I feel it's very important as well to be saying to you, my darling, that she wants to take lots of root vegetables. She wants me to put all these root vegetables into a pot. And do you know what I want to be doing? I want to be making a homemade soup out of these root vegetables as well. I know that with this lady as well, she would have been quite straight talking. Okay, I'm telling her I can't say those exact words that she's placing within my mind, but I know that she would say to somebody that if they were talking a load of nonsense, that would you please stop talking that gob, and there would be that word that would follow that, which again I hope you can relate to there, Catherine. I'm just saying to her, it's a public platform, so I can't use that last word that it is that she wants me to bring forward. Yes, you've got the IBS condition, which is, it's not great that you've got it, but it's great again that you can relate to the information that she's worked hard just to deliver there as well. Okay, but I also wonder as well if you can understand about the essence of the draw of the open fire. Okay, because she just shows me an open fire and the significance and the real importance of this open fire being within her home, you would understand, and that being fueled as well from the land. Okay, you would understand about this fire actually being fueled from the land as well. Okay, so she was a great one for being connected with Mother Earth and knowing what it was that Mother Earth actually had to offer and how it would help me survive. Okay, you're saying yes, she was very straightforward as well. Perfect. Okay, because I've just got no nonsense with her, you know. But it's almost as though she would not only just, and again, please relate if you can understand, you can relate to chasing off these goats, all right? But I feel as though I would chase people off as well with this broom as well. It's almost as though, you know, she'd chase you down the road if she had to get a point across. But she's coming forward with a very quirky, funny type of essence to her character, and I just feel that the reason she's done that and the way she's worked that way with me is because she just wants to put that little bit of a smile back onto your face and give you that raising upliftment and that energy that it is that you need and what you should have got from this message between the two of us. So please take that with lots of love there, darling. I'm just going to ask her, just before I send her off up to the angels, if I can have a parting gift from you. Do you know, it's strange as what she's saying to me. Hold on a minute, because I've got to put the old pot upon the stove, and I've got to boil. Yes, you can relate, perfect. And I've got to boil all of the tea towels in the old-fashioned pot on top of the stove as well. She's just told me to tell you that. I'm just asking her now for the parting gift that she wants me to be bringing forward for you. Okay, she just talks to me about just making sure that you get your head back into the book. Okay, get your head back into the book. She shows me a book and she makes me want to place my head back into it. Okay, so I feel that we've come off of the cusp of whatever it is that we're actually using as a relaxation source to get ourselves back into that as well. So get your head back into the book. And again, I'm going to leave her love with you, Catherine, and say God bless you and thank you for working with both myself and Anthony. God bless you. So there we go, Anthony. Thank you very, very much. Absolutely fantastic evidence. Everybody's been absolutely raving about you here this evening. So thank you so much for joining me on Collective Consciousness. It's been wonderful to work with you. Thank you so much. Once again, do let everybody know where it is they can find you on Facebook.
It's Serenity Medium, Anthony. Just search that in the Facebook search bar and you should find me. It should come up there. So yeah, it's been great working with you this evening, Bill. Thank you very much for inviting me, and thank you very much for everyone, your kind words and your comment box there. So I've had a lovely evening working with you. Thank you.
Bless you. Thank you so much, my friend. So that leaves me not much more to say to you guys. We'll just read a few of your lovely comments here that are coming up. So Pam Fortune saying, lovely to see you both work. God bless you. Thank you, Pam. Anthony, over to you.
I can't see the person's name. I'm just seeing the comments. So it's well done, Anthony.
That's from the lovely Mary Dixie.
Brilliant.
And Terry Wall saying, thank you, Bill, Anthony and Richard. Terry works incredibly hard behind the scenes here with Richard on the SPTV fan page, keeping everybody up to date with everything that's coming up on the channel. So thank you. God bless you, Terry, for joining us.
And Amanda, fantastic readings. Please join SPTV again. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
There you go, producer Richard. You've had a call in. And Heidi Spicer saying, stay safe. Lovely to meet you, Anthony. That's so lovely. Thank you, Heidi, for your beautiful comment there.
Paula Lee, thank you so much. It was comforting. That's always lovely to hear, isn't it, Bill?
Absolutely. That's the whole purpose of why we do what we do. It's to bring love, it's to bring comfort, and most of all, it's to bring through that healing that everybody needs.
That's it.
Stace Shaw saying, thanks for a great night, boys. Amazing as always. God bless you. Thank you so much, Stace. And over to you, Anthony.
And we've got Jackie. Good night. God bless. Good night to you as well. Take care.
Thank you so much, guys. It's been lovely to have you here with us on Collective Consciousness. The next Collective Consciousness will be with you on the 20th of May, and I will have joining me on the show that evening the lovely Kerry Standfast. So once again, please do check Anthony out on Facebook. Serenity Medium Anthony, is that correct? Did I say that right? Wonderful.
Is, yeah.
And for those of you that haven't visited my page, I am Bill Hughes, Psychic Medium. You can find me on Facebook and also Instagram. So God bless you all. Thank you very much for joining us. And until we all meet again, may the love and light of spirit be with each and every one of you. Good night, guys. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.